Hello, and welcome to my predictions video for WWE Fastlane 2023. There are, at the time of me recording this, only 5 matches announced. I'm recording this before the Go Home SmackDown, because I'm at work all day Friday, all night Friday, all day Saturday, and all night Saturday. So I had to record this before SmackDown. So if any matches are added, I do apologise for not having made predictions for them. But it is what it is. That's how it had to be. So there are 5 matches currently announced for the card. I'm going to run up the Wikipedia article from bottom to top, as the top match, I believe, will probably main event. So yeah, we're going to cover that last. And we're going to start with the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest defending the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. My goodness, moving to Raw really got Jey Uso out from under the shadow of always being in a tag team, huh? Now, I do think, obviously, this story has legs and they're going to go somewhere with this, and that's all fair enough, like, absolutely. But, yeah, so with that in mind, and just with the sort of the haphazard nature of the thrown together nature of this tag team, I think we're going to have to go with Judgment Day to retain here. I don't know if they're necessarily going to turn Cody on Jey or Jey on Cody, but I don't think the story to tell here is sorry, I got distracted then for a second by a noise in the background. Turns out it was my cat meowing at nothing. So yeah, I don't think the story to tell here is Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso winning the tag titles. There has been some friction in Judgment Day, but I think they're roughly on the same page for the time being. So I think they can get a defense in here. So yeah, they're gonna win, in my opinion. Up next, the 6-man tag team match between Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, and someone else from the LWO. Apparently, it hasn't been decided. Against Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Now, I think whoever is the 3rd member of the LWO team takes the loss here, and Bobby Lashley and Street Profits win. Keeps Rey and Santos looking strong. Rey obviously being the US champion. Santos has his story going on with Rey. There's maybe a chance that Rey takes the loss and like the rest of the LWO turn on him ahead of this, but I don't know. I feel like, so one thing that's a problem for me is because I've not been keeping up. I don't know if Rey has already defended the US title against Santos Escobar. I know he's still the champion. If he's already defended it successfully, I think the turn's more likely to happen. But no matter whether it's because of a turn or not, I just think Lashley and the Street Profits pick up the win here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to predict. Up next is probably one of the trickiest matches to predict, in my opinion, of the card. Io Sky defending the WWE Women's Championship against Asuka and Charlotte Flair. I want to predict Io Sky so much because I love Io Sky. I love that she's champion. You know, I think she could be a great champion if she's given a decent reign. However, Charlotte Flair's right there. And do you ever bet against Charlotte Flair? Is that ever a good idea? Asuka's right there, and you only bet against Asuka when she's against Charlotte Flair, really, or any of the 4 horsewomen, I'd say. Well, Charlotte or Becky, I'd say, are probably ahead of Asuka in the pecking order, and that's about it. But I don't know. It's really a tough one because if Io Sky retains here, where does she go from there? Like, is Damage Control going to break up is a question in and of itself, because they were teasing it, but right now they seem to be on the same page again. But if they are, is it going to be over the title? You know, is that eventual feud going to have the title involved? Because if so, then obviously Io Sky's probably retaining her, unless she loses it and wins it back to pad Charlotte Flair's stats a bit more. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this feels like quite a throwaway pay-per-view, so let's not predict a title change here. I'm going to predict Io Sky to retain. But I'm unconfident in that match. I'm fairly confident in the other 2. I'm not confident in that one at all, that prediction. I think the match will be tremendous. I'm confident in the match, but I'm not confident in the prediction. Up next, John Cena and LA Knight taking on the Bloodline, which is Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, for anyone wondering if Roman Reigns is showing up. Nope. LA Knight being positioned with the Bloodline is very interesting. I wonder if that is going to come into fruition as LA Knight being a challenger for Roman Reigns. I think that would be really cool. Especially if he's allowed to make a good impression and convince us he could beat him. I think John Cena and LA Knight might win here. I think Jimmy Uso can just eat the pin. Like, he feels kind of incidental in all of this. And to be honest, because he, like, left and then came back and then decided he wanted back in because Jay disappeared and all this stuff, maybe he's not, like, fully invested. Maybe he just gets kicked back out or something. I don't know. They're kind of spinning the wheels a bit with this Bloodline storyline, aren't they? But yeah, I think maybe John Cena and LA Knight win. Maybe LA Knight beats Jimmy Uso to get some momentum to maybe go into being the challenger for Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, or maybe even the December pay-per-view, or even the Royal Rumble. They could drag it out to, I guess, because Roman Reigns is just never there anymore. But yeah, John Cena and LA Knight to win. And finally, the main event. A last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. I would love for Shinsuke to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Seth Rollins. Do I think that happens here? Do I think that happens? Quite possibly not, honestly. But do I think that happens here? Again, this feels like quite a B show, even a C show, to be honest. Like, there's just a random 6-man tag. I know they've been building, but it's just a 6-man tag. Like, Ray could easily be defending the US title against, like, Lashley or something here. Or they could do the Ray Santos match here. Yeah, it just feels quite... It almost feels like a house show card, doesn't it? A lot of title matches where it seems the champions are quite likely to retain. A random tag match with John Cena and LA Knight, and then a 6-man tag. Yeah, it feels like a house show. Yeah, not a pay-per-view. Well, it's not a pay-per-view, is it? It's a premium live event. So yeah, because of the feeling of the overall show, I'm going to predict Seth Rollins to retain. I'd love to be wrong, though. I'd love to see Nakamura get his flowers, get a World Heavyweight Championship run. Like, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm going to predict Seth Rollins. So just to recap, I know it's not been long since I made these predictions. This isn't a long video by any stretch, but there's only so much I can say about each match, especially having not watched the product all that much. But yeah, I'm going to predict the Judgment Day to retain against Rhodes and Jey Uso. The Street Profits and Bobby Lashley to beat the LWO through hook or by crook. Io Sky to retain the Women's Championship, which I'm saying with a slight, like, flinch, because I just don't fully believe that, but I hope it's true. Cena and LA Knight to beat the Bloodline, and Rollins to retain against Nakamura. As seems to be the tradition when I do these predictions off Wikipedia, I'm only picking one person from the right-hand side of the versuses, which is, I'm picking Lashley and the Street Profits as the listed. Every other match I'm predicting from the very leftmost person or people to win. Yeah, just a weird pattern that's developing. Let me know in the comments, though, what your predictions are, why you think I'm wrong, maybe something I've missed on TV that hints at a certain result, or what have you. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, because obviously after this show, this is on Saturday night, isn't it? So on Sunday, obviously this is tonight as you're listening to it, but I'm just working it out in my head now because I'm recording this on Thursday. Yeah, on Sunday, tomorrow, as you're watching this, hopefully, I will hopefully have time to watch the show and upload my review of said show. So do subscribe so you don't miss that. And all my other wrestling content as well. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA, you've been amazing, and I'll see you next time.